Once upon a time, in a land far, far away, actually Orange County, just down the road, I discovered I was down to my last $20 in the world. I'd been in the United States for 6 months. I'd come here with a suitcase, a dream, and $5,000 and a business partner. I'd had the most amazing idea to buy antiques in England and sell them the way that you might buy Tupperware in antique parties in people's homes. And when I was leaving, when I was preparing for my adventure, I couldn't wait. I was so excited. And I would tell everybody in England, I told everyone, my grandparents, my uncles and aunties, my parents, my friends, my sister, my brothers, neighbors, strangers in the street, excuse me, do you want to know what I'm doing? And everybody, without fail, said, that idea sucks. And 6 months later, I was proving them right. I was down to my last $20. And I was pretty concerned. Because being a newcomer to the United States, it wasn't just the last $20. I had something worse than bad credit. I had no credit. No credit cards, no friendly bank manager, no overdraft facility. This was it. So I called my business partner through to the kitchen, and we sat the $20 on the table in front of us. And I said, do you have any ideas? He said, no. Do you? Well, I said, we live in Huntington Beach. It is Tuesday, and there's that bar on Main Street. And on Tuesday nights, they sell all the beer you can drink for $7. And all the nachos and cheese you can eat for $2.99. Let's go out. It's $20. What else are we going to do with it? So off we went. We went to the bar. And we sat down, and we slapped our 20 on the bar. And we started drinking our beer. And that was a night that I will never, ever forget. We started talking about everything that had happened up until that point. We talked about all the people who tried to help us. There was a few of them. We talked about all the people who'd tried to rip us off. There was a lot. We laughed and we cried. We talked about all the experiences we'd been through, all the things that we'd done wrong. We talked about everything. And the more we talked, the bar staff started kind of gathering around us. They started buying us shots. They started saying, you guys, your story's great. What an exciting adventure you've been on. It's far more exciting than what we've just been behind a bar. You've been doing amazing things. Your life's way more interesting than ours. And then people in the bar started gathering around, buying us more shots. Then the staff started buying us a few appetizers to kind of balance it out a little bit. And at the end of the evening, I cried because I couldn't tip the staff. And they said, don't worry about it. You guys are great. What an exciting adventure. Next thing, a guy down the bar owned a limousine company, and he drove us home, completely flat broke, but in the style I think I'd like to be accustomed to. And I passed out into bed. The next day when I woke up, that was the day I'd been dreading. That was the day I'd been so afraid of, the day when I had nothing, and I woke up completely flat broke. Not a cent to my name. But I didn't feel the feeling I thought. I felt relief. I was relieved. All the time, watching my bank account go down, all the things going wrong, I was so scared, and suddenly it was relief. And then I felt 2 ears, eyes, and nose. I'm alive. I'm just broke. And then I started to feel hope. So I got up and dressed, and I went to the kitchen, and there's my business partner. He looked like he'd been beaten up. He looked like a wreck. And I said, you know what? I'll forgive you. If you want to go back, you can go. After all the things we've been through, all the things that have gone wrong, go back. No one's going to hold it against you. But I can't go. One of the people I told what I was doing in London had said something to me. It was my old boss. And he said, you'll be back. You're a loser. And that hit me right here. But it helped me. Because every time I imagined things going wrong, I kept imagining being back in England and running into him and him saying, how did it go? And me saying, you were right, I'm a failure. And I couldn't let that happen. So I said to my business partner, I said, you know what? I don't know how I'm going to make this happen. I have no idea. I've got no clue. But on this day, I vow I'm going to make this business succeed. I'm going to find a way. I don't know how. And he said, you know what? I'm going to stay. 7 years later, we were wealthy beyond our dreams. We'd turned our little antique business into a visual branding powerhouse in San Francisco. We had some of the best-known brand clients on the planet. We were doing business with Ralph Lauren, Tommy Hilfiger, Nautica, Nike, Banana Republic, Old Navy, Nordstrom, Macy's, the list went on. And when I say we were doing business with people like this, I don't just mean a few orders here and there. We did all the visual branding for every single Ralph Lauren store on the entire planet. Polo North America, Polo Japan, Polo Europe. Every store that Banana Republic did in North America. And not only that, we were on CNN, the front page of the Wall Street Journal, over 100 television shows, newspapers, and magazines, not just for what we did, but for how we did business. You probably saw Ryan Seacrest on the video just then. So why am I telling you this? To show off! That's it! Thank you! Good night, that's it! My reason for telling you is to impress upon you that from being completely flat broke and hungover, 7 years later, wealthy beyond my dreams, world famous in my market segment. And along the way, what had happened is I realized I was helping brand all these major companies, but I didn't have a brand. I was thinking, what am I doing? So I got busy branding my own company. My company was called Propaganda. I sold it in the year 2000. But once I built my brand, and once I went through the process of learning how to build my brand, you know what? That was the best fun I ever had. I loved branding my company. And friends would ask me, how did you do this? I'm like, I don't know. Actually, that's not true. I created a program.